Hello everyone, this is Carl Shiflett from Infragistics, and in this short video what I want to do is I want to talk to you about creating new projects with AppMap. And there are several ways that we can create projects with AppMap, several workflows if you will. Alright, so I'm going to come over here, File, New Project. I'm going to create my AppMap, and so what we're going to call this is AppMap, and I'm going to Standard. Alright, and you'll understand why I'm picking that name in just a second. So we're going to create this AppMap standard, and again, I'm going to go with just just Android. I'm going to stick with Unity. I'm going to create the AppMap, and I'm going to go and create my project. All right, we're going to keep things simple. We'll get to complicated stuff later. Right now, we just want to be able to create something. All right, so over here, we got nested under view. That looks great. Don't need to do anything else. Generate my AppMap, and I'll pause the video for a second. Okay, so we've got our app map. It's all laid out just like before. So I'm going to right click and go to my startup project, wherever that is. All right, so you can see that I followed the traditional pattern of creating an app map of a brand new project. All right, so now after you've done this about 10 times and you've got everything figured out and you really like it and you understand the type of code that it's generating and all the things that you're getting when you use this product, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start using your own view model base classes, right? Because generating this new one every single time just really doesn't make much sense. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to close this one down, close this solution, and we're going to go create a new solution. So File, New Project, right? And it's an app map. And so what this is going to be, we're going to call this AppMap. I'll just call normal, because this is what you're probably going to normally start doing after you used AppMap a few times and you're done making all these quick applications. Now you want to start rebuilding something real. So I'm just going to call this AppMap normal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck Show AppMap. That's right. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to go create the project. Here, let me pause it while it generates. Okay, so my project's been generated now, and you can see that inside my portable, I'll go and set the starter oops. Inside my portable, I don't have anything. Well, that's because we didn't do anything, right? All right, so what I'm going to do now is, it's not smoke and mirrors, but it's close. I'm going to come out to my original app map, and I'm going to grab my infrastructure folder. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to put it in this new app that we just created called Normal, right? Go into Normal. I'm just going to paste this in. All right. Now I'll bring it in. Oops. Clicked on the wrong one. Let's click on this one, Carl. Infrastructure, include in project, user sharper, refactor, adjust namespaces, presto. Everything's adjusted. Take your time. All right. So now we've got the same exact view model. So the scenario is that we have our own view model, right? Because we don't want to use that one. So the name of our company is Acme, Acme View Model Base. Okay. So my view model is called View Model Base. I'm from Acme. So we're going to make this a public abstract. Public abstract class Acme View Model Base, and it derives from App View Model Base. All right. And so we're going to use ReSharper to implement the missing members. And then we're going to come down to here and we're going to make this protected. All right, and then we're going to use ReSharper to clean this up. All right, so now what we have is I have my own view model base class. So essentially what's going to be in here is all kinds of code that's specific to you, and you're just leveraging this underlying app view model base where all your Prism implementation is. All right, so we're going to close that. Now, so let's build our project just to make sure that the thing builds correctly. Okay, fantastic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, add new item, and essentially when you build real apps, you're probably going to already have over here, add new folder. You're going to have your services, right? You got your infrastructure or core. whatever you want to call it, and so you're going to have all kinds of different code that you're probably going to write before you write any UI, right? Like you're going to have all your unit tests are going to be done, and so all of that kind of code that you need before you start fooling around with the UI. Get all that into your project, right? Get all your tests running. You don't need a UI. Well, at least not in an early stage. There's really no reason to like jump onto the UI. And you say, Carl, why do you say that? Well, because if you jump on the UI, then you have to go change your view model base and all this. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Instead, let's leverage the power of AppMap plus all the new things that AppMap will be doing in V2 will be insane. So here's AppMap. And so when you go to add AppMap as an item, essentially what we have to do is we just have to create this phony name down here so that it'll launch, right? You could change it to whatever you want, but it's not going to use it for in any way. So now essentially what we've got is we've got an AppMap. But now we've got this business over here. We've already got our project started. And now what I want you to notice, see where it says view model base right here? Let's click. Oh my gosh, look at this. I got more things. I got user code. I got app view model base. I got the navigation view model base, which I haven't talked about yet. We got app view model base. So this we got user code, or you can pick the one that we're going to generate. See these are the ones that get generated. These are the ones that we're going to use. So I'm going to click this one so that all of my view models, and I'm just going to do our cheesy little app because it's by way of instruction here. This is our little app, and we're ready to generate an app that goes out here, right? So watch this, generate app. So essentially now we've just spit out these two. We got a page and we got a page name. And if you look over here, see over here, it actually knew to do this. The AppMap puts this code in for you and does all this other code the same way it did when you created the project. We're just sort of doing it later, right? Because what we wanted to do is be able to use our view models. Okay, so if I go to my app view model, so now when we create this view model, it says developer, add the constructor arguments required. So it's incredibly easy because I don't know what your requirements are, and we're not going to go and reflect it and try to figure it out and all that. So instead, you just implement the members, right? And it goes and it puts that in for you. And if we just clean it up with ReSharper, presto, now we got this perfect view model, but it's mine and it's not AppMap's, right? Which is really kind of cool. Like if you think about it, we just gave you the ability, or AppMap gave you the ability to be incredibly productive. With AppMap, now you can have your own view models. This is great, right? It really is. This is a really cool feature. All right, so let's say that we needed to add another page. So let's go up here and we're gonna go add new item, and we're gonna add an app map, and then this time we're just gonna add like an about dialog box. So, but what I wanted to show you first, notice you got main page and page name. Watch this. Main page. And it says main page must be unique. See that? Immediately it gave you an error. Now, it's saying it's unique because it's unique to here, not necessarily on glass up here in our layout surface, but it knows that there's pages down there, and so it's going to prevent you from doing something like that. So let's go ahead and let's just make this our about page. So now when we go to add it, we have to remember to come over here and pick the one we want, right? Because we really struggled with this. Which one do we do? So instead what we're going to do is we're just going to ask developers to pick the one they want because maybe they've got scenarios and we don't want to just go and default something. I actually had thought about making this right here where it doesn't default to anything and force you to pick it, but you know there's so many opinions as to how to do it right. So anyways, so here's what I did. We just stuck that in there in 1 second, and again, since we're using our own view models, we're having it our way, right? And we got nice clean code. And if we check our AppXaml CS, you can see that everything's been added in there. All right, so I hope this was a nice introduction and a way to and how to use AppMap beyond just file new project. Oh, this is neat. But now it's file new project. Let's write a real app. All right. Have a wonderful day and thank you and enjoy AppMap.